Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books and beyond. I'm your host. I'm Renee, co-host and expert mole hunter, Raina. She caught a big fat mole today. So, snack of the day today will not be a mole. It is Beneful. These are peanut butter flavored treats. Met with enthusiasm. They're available in this nice big bag from Amazon, which I love that. I don't even think most stores sell a big bag like this. So, I'll put the link below. Raina loves them. And when I opened up the package from Amazon the other day, her eyes just got huge, She was very excited. So now I have them on just subscription. And she's going to get a bag every other month. So there you go. And they're made like little pea pods, carrots, and I think there's an apple in there as well. So yeah, she's very excited about it. So today now is Tag Tuesday, right? So happy Tag Tuesday to everyone. I will do a tag, but first, I do want to say that it's November 11th. So happy Veterans Day to all who served. Also, this is an important date for another reason. So what could that be? Well, today is my BookTube-A-versary. That's right. 2 years of BookTubing is being celebrated today. So, of course, I do want to talk about the channel and where it's heading. And I have just the tag to do it with. So let's go ahead and get to that tag. This is called the Rule of Thirds, and I was tagged by Stuart at Stuart Griffin, and also by Dan at Reed Danculus. I love that name for the channel. The tag was originally created by Suey at Suey's Book Banter, and she did it to celebrate her 3 years on BookTube. So she did it as a rule of thirds. So 3 is the theme of the tag for her 3 years on BookTube. But she says anyone can do it no matter how long you've been here. So congratulations to Suey on her 3 years. So here are the prompts, and they're in 3 groups. So the first is 3 questions about books and reading. And it says, what are your 3 favorite genres? So I'm going to say like a broad category for me first would be like the mystery thriller kind of thing. And that's whether it be a legal thriller, medical, I think even a police procedural could fit under the category of mystery. I love a good mystery either way. And I would put maybe true crime under this category as well. And I think a bit of horror could also fit under this category for me. Next, I would say I like the coming of age genre, or Bildungsroman, or something like that. Someday somebody can teach me how to say that word. These can be, I think, fictional or even non-fictional. I would say memoirs could fit under that category. Or they can be written in a memoir style. In fact, I really like something like that that's written, in the first person. They could be historical, maybe a fictional or non-fictional account of a famous person's life could fit it under there, I think. Lastly, I'm going to say as a broad category again, science. And with this, I'm thinking about things having to do with physical health, psychology, medicine, even science fiction, I think can fit under this category. Although I don't read much sci-fi, admittedly, I do like what I have read. And I'm surprised by how much scientific information I actually learn along the way. So yeah, it's definitely a category that I want to read more of. So number 2 is who are your 3 auto-buy authors? And, I don't really have auto-buy authors. But my favorite authors that for many years now I've followed and read at least a majority of their work would be Patricia Cornwell, John Grisham, and Stephen King. I've read pretty much everything by Cornwell and Grisham. King I'm still working on. He has such a large body of work. But I have made a lot of progress this year. So, yeah, those three. Prompt number 3 then is, what 3 books do you recommend the most? And now, usually when people ask about books, that they're kind of asking about maybe the newer side of books. So I'm going to keep it to contemporary books that I've read, say, this past year or so. I find myself recommending this one. I've got a stack of books here, so you can't see it on camera. Good thing, because it's crazy. I find myself recommending this, The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I also recommend a lot Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby, or really anything by S.A. Cosby. I read this year, Blacktop Wasteland. Another one that I read this year that just came out a few years ago that was excellent is All the Sinners Bleed. I find myself recommending that quite a bit. And then lastly, I would say the Beartown series, or at least the first book in the Beartown series. Neither one of which is these 2 books I'm going to show you. These are the second and the third. But the first one, of course, is called Beartown. And it's upstairs, and I was too lazy to run up there and get it. But yeah, I find myself recommending those quite a bit, or really anything by Frederick Bachman, although compared to his full body of work, I really haven't read that much necessarily. But what I have read, I've truly enjoyed, and they usually end up in my 5-star category. So 3 questions about booktubing. So these are going to be about the channel, basically. Number 4, this would be now prompt number 4. What is your favorite book from each year for the past 3 years? So this is really difficult to pick just one, but I'm going to say that for 2022, and I think it might have come out in 2022 or 2021, I read The Judge's List by John Grisham, which was a John Grisham that I really enjoyed a lot. Likewise, Sparring Partners. I read that one in 2022, also very good. In 2023, I read a book called Unbroken. This was by Lauren Hildebrand, and that was another book that I enjoyed very much. In fact, I was surprised by how much I liked it. 2024, I would say The Nickel Boys was definitely a highlight. This is by Colson Whitehead, and yeah, I really want to read more from him. This was an excellent book. A heartbreaker, but an excellent book. Prompt number 5 is, what are 3 things you've learned from booktubing? Well, I've learned that I'm a reader who reads a wide range of books. When it comes to books, I'm kind of more of a generalist and not a specialist, I guess. I've learned about books that I never knew existed also. This is what I've learned really from all of you, and that's through your recommendations, and that's both from viewers or other booktubers. Yeah, I've learned just how many books exist and how many I could enjoy, and I really love when people recommend things because they usually end up being really great books. So yeah. And lastly, I've learned I'm just simply going to say, I've learned that I can do this. I can have a BookTube channel. When I first started 2 years ago, I committed to continuing with the channel for at least 2 years. I said, I'm going to give it 2 years before I would even consider quitting, because let's see what I can do. And, at the time, I also said that I would do at least 3 videos per week, which I have done. In fact, it's 3 3.33 videos per week when you figure it out mathematically. And, I had no idea at the time what that was going to be like, if that was going to be too much, if I could even do it, which brings me actually to the next point, which also happens to be prompt number 6. It says, what are 3 goals that you have for the next year on BookTube? Okay, so goal number 1. I've already talked a little bit on the channel about helping out in the pottery studio recently. Now, this is my partner's business that she runs. She makes pottery. She sells it locally and on Etsy as well. And she's done pottery for several years, but has only really had, commercial success or commercial business within the past year. So she's had the Etsy store for now a full year, and it's been very successful. So I want to continue helping even past this Christmas buying season and into next year in 2026. So she would also like to have a YouTube channel, which, she will definitely need some help with, because it's really difficult to think about video kinds of things and operating a camera while you're doing something as busy and hands-on and tactile as pottery, as making pottery. So I'll be involved in doing that soon. And in fact, we'll probably launch the new channel after the first of the year. And I'm thinking that it'll probably be called DC Ceramics Design. That's the name of her Etsy store. So yeah, so that'll be taking up some time. So goal number 2, and you must be thinking this by now, what? A new channel? It's going to take some time. So, will you be able to have this channel beyond books? Now, the short answer is yes. I will continue to host this channel, and I'm committing to do that for at least another year. However, I will likely, have to go to a commitment on this channel of, say, maybe 2 videos per week rather than 3, which is actually 3. I've been doing 3 to 4. And, there'll probably be 1 or 2 videos at least on the other channel that I've been involved in. So yeah, and you're certainly welcome to like and subscribe to that channel. I definitely, obviously, will let you know when we launch that. So goal number 3, I will probably still read the same amount, or at least close to the same amount of books, the same number of books this coming year as what I have been. I don't really see that changing. I'll still need to, or I still will read and review banned books, but I'm probably going to decrease that specifically down to maybe 1 per month or something like that. I did the 24 and 24, even though I didn't quite make it. Doing the 25 and 25, although I may not quite make it to that either. So what makes me think I'm going to do 26 and 26? I'm thinking 1 per month is probably going to be more realistic for me. And I'm going to still read and review a new book, new release through Book of the Month. So, that will continue just the way it always has been. And the format that I have will be basically the same. I think I'll keep the same co-host. Although I don't know. We'll see. No, just kidding. I'll do a full review for the Book of the Month, a full review on the banned book. And I want to continue to do buddy reads, probably more or less at the same rate I've been doing them. I did, I think, 5 or 6 buddy reads maybe this year. And maybe 3 or 4 the previous year. So yeah, that'll continue, I think more or less at the same rate. So next group of questions is 3 random for fun questions. So let's have some fun with these. It says, what are 3 fictional worlds you would like to visit? Well, the first one that came to mind, who wouldn't want to go to Middle Earth? It's lush, it's green, beautiful. It's magical and mystical. There's bad guys, but I mean, there's bad guys here too. So there's also good guys, and there's magic. So yeah. Also, I've started the first Harry Potter book, reading it as a banned book, and I have quite a few from the series around here, none of which I've ever touched. But I am reading now The Sorcerer's Stone, and I was very captivated, I have to say, by the first few chapters. I kind of get now a little more, the attraction to the wizardy world. Yeah, I'm enjoying it in general. So finally, as far as a world that, I'd like to live in, I'd say maybe the world of Beartown. It's maybe a tad macho for my tastes. Now, there's a word from the 80s for you. I wasn't sure what other word to use there, but yeah, it's the masculine world for sure. It's hockey. What do you want? But I do admire the female roles in the town as well. So, I think too, when you really look at what happens in the book, there are some females who end up with, a lot of power in their own right. So, yeah, in general, I think my attraction to it is that it reminds me of where I grew up in so many ways, very working class, but, also just very big-hearted people. So number 8 is, what are 3 relationships? Actually, it says 3 ships. Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. I don't know. No, that you'll always root for. So yeah, it's 3. I think it means 3 relationships that you'll always root for. So I said the relationship between Isaac and his father in these books by Daniel Black, Don't Cry for Me, and Isaac's Song. These are about the same characters, but they're different from different perspectives. I would also say the relationship between Lily and Kath in Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. And then finally, I would say the relationship between Dr. Kay Scarpetta and Pete Marino in Patricia Cornwell's Scarpetta series. Now, I know. Let me say this. It's not always been easy. Marino is certainly not easy to get along with. But when everyone has failed Dr. Scarpetta, Marino is always there to help out. And he's been with her through everything, even the trouble that he himself has caused. So, together they're kind of like 2 sides of the same coin. So, yeah, I'll always root for them to remain friends. Prompt number 9 is name 3 books with a number in the title. And I'm just going to say 3 that I have that have a number in the title, but I have never read. The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. I just read Dark Wood, one of her books, for the first time this year and enjoyed it very much. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, who I have yet to read anything from. Shameful, I know. And finally, 4 Past Midnight by Stephen King. Very famous book of his with 4, I guess they're kind of novella length, really, books in it, which are, all kind of famous ones of his. The Langoliers, Secret Window, Secret Garden, The Library Policeman, and The Sundog. So, yeah. Bonus question. What book are you excited to read this next year? Well, I'm going to mention one that I already have planned, and that is Another Country by James Baldwin. This will be another buddy read with Daniela at Uncommon Reader, and I really look forward to it. We did Giovanni's Room earlier this year, which we both very much enjoyed. So yeah, look for that in January. Next is to tag 3 booktubers. I will certainly do that in the description. I want to say thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. 2 years going. Woohoo! So take care. We'll do one more snack for the road. See you soon.